Welcome, one and all, to the greatest puzzle talk show. I'm your host, the Hatted Wonder, the Bearded Crusader. It's me, it's Mike, and I'm here at the Poconos office, joined by the one and only, the mastermind behind it all, the CEO of Trapdoor Escape Room, the guy whose stuff I'm running out of distracting him for. What is that in the background? Oh, man. There he is, it's Tone! Move over a little bit, boss. Hey, there he is. How you doing, boss?
I'm good. Enough. It's okay. I get it.
So happy Monday. How have you been?
Well, that'd be better if my head wasn't cut off.
You had to get the clapping track, though. You're probably wondering what he was recording for, or why he was using a laughing track, or what that all was about. Well, did you know that your favorite trapdoor, your favorite escape room company is now on one of the highest grossing social media video sharing apps? Find us on TikTok. Follow us at Trapdoor, where you get to see all the shenanigans behind the scenes. You get to see Tone dance.
At Trapdoor?
At Trapdoor.
So you just go to your little phone?
You just go to your little phone, you open up the TikTok app.
You open up the TikTok app?
The Tip Top app.
The Tip Top. And there he is.
There he is. Just go into your search bar at Trapdoor. You should be able to find us. And we have a lot of really cool content on there, a lot of really funny content. You get to see a lot of behind the scenes, some of the shenanigans that goes on with the Game Masters, with Tone, because he's mostly in control of TikTok right now. Some might argue that he is in...
I had an accident.
Poor Diana.
I pooped in my pants. Right. When I went, I was like, ooh, maybe that's a giant fart. And I was like, nope, that's poop. But I do remember...
You can see things like that.
You can see all the cool stuff like that. We got a great list of topics to go over for us today. We've got about 4 things that we're going to be touching, and then one quick announcement that we're going to make before we go any further is that on New Year's resolution, if you tuned in with us, we made a very special announcement. We announced a new game coming to Red Bank. Introducing the Rebels of Rome.
Rebels of Rome.
Made by Trapdoor Escape Rooms. This is Tone's newest idea. This is we're all working together to take down Boogeyman. Sadly, we're going to be saying goodbye to Boogeyman, and we're going to be saying hello to this new amazing concept that we've been coming up with. Tone, is there anything you want to share about Rebels of Rome that we can share?
No. It's about the Roman Empire.
I love the input. Well, if you want to know more, make sure you keep up with Trapdoor Escape Room.
There's an actual synopsis.
Oh, there's an actual synopsis?
Yeah.
Oh, snap. And of course, if you want to learn more, keep up with trailers, make sure you subscribe to Trapdoor Escape Stream's YouTube channel, hit the subscribe button, and then hit the bell to make sure that you get notifications of when we post.
So, you can go to Rebels of Rome Escape on Facebook. So that's at Rebels of Rome. And, let's see. Where is it?
He's scrolling.
I am. Here we go. Okay. Set during the Roman Empire, you are gladiators being taken to the dungeons under the Roman Colosseum. Free as many other gladiators as you can and escape with your freedom and life.
As many gladiators as you can, which means, so many things that are going to be revealed in this game soon. So like I said, make sure you keep in touch with the Trapdoor Escape Stream YouTube channel. Head over to @Rebels of Rome Facebook page for our updates on the game, as well as all of our other Facebook pages. Trapdoor Escape Room, Trapdoor Escape Stream, all that good stuff. And with that, we're going to go ahead and just steamroll right into the topics for the day. Our first topic of the day is Wonderland. I've always wanted to go to Wonderland, and it's coming to Norwich in early March. Escape Hunt is bringing the mystery of Lewis Carroll's Alice in Wonderland in the form of an escape room. The company has venues in 27 countries.
Wow.
Yeah, around the world. Based on Lewis Carroll's classic tale, players will have to step into Wonderland, where the Mad Hatter has been accused of stealing the Queen's tarts. Teams of 2 to 6 players must race against the clock and find the tarts in just 60 minutes, or it's off with the Hatter's head!
Off with the Hatter's head?
Off with the Hatter's head.
Does the hat come with it?
Dude, I hope so. You think if like the hatter's head gets chopped off while I'm playing the game, I could take the hat because I gotta be honest. I can go for a new hat. This beanie's killing me. I'm going bald pretty quickly. Don't smile at me. You're the one that pointed out my bald spot.
As all the youngins at Trapdoor go bald.
You definitely outclassed me in gray hair. Hold on, let's get a close up of that beard. Look at that.
Nothing in there?
Nothing in there? Oh yeah, look at that. There it is. That's my small payback. So this is an escape room that's going to be opening up in Norwich in early March.
I believe they call this distinguished and sexy.
Salt and pepper? Was that what they call it? I don't know about distinguished and sexy. I've heard salt and pepper before. I've had one person who obviously haven't had their eyes checked in a while tell me that like they saw him before I dyed my hair black to celebrate the reunion of My Chemical Romance. Bless my emo heart. Someone had told me they saw the grays in my to be young. Someone before I dyed it black though, someone saw the grays in my hair and they said, "Mike, you know, you look like a young Robert Downey Jr." And then I wanted to know exactly what drugs they were on to come to that assumption.
Maybe some of the ones that he was on back in the day, but yeah, I'd say not a snowball's chance in hell on that one.
It's interesting to me that a company as big as this, as big as Escape Hunt with venues in over 27 countries, is taking a shot at something that's so kind of risky to be pulling a escape room out of. Because while Lewis Carroll was the creator of Alice in Wonderland, and they credit Lewis Carroll, Disney has some pretty high stakes in Alice in Wonderland, so it's surprising to me that they're not like scrutinizing this to see.
But that's one of those projects like Peter Pan where the rights are all over the place for variations of, so you can get away with it. It's very dependent upon how they go about it. You're not going to see them, probably reference any of the songs or anything that are in like Disney's Alice in Wonderland.
And I never actually.
And no, Josh, baldness will not come to me too. They say that baldness, that your hair qualities skip generations on the male side, and my grandfather died with a full head of hair.
Which Josh said that you were going to be
Josh
bald.
Pete.
Josh Pete? Okay, I haven't met him yet. I thought it was Josh Moxham. So I actually haven't read Lewis Carroll's Alice in Wonderland. I've seen, obviously, the Disney rendition. I know a bit about Alice in Wonderland and Through the Looking Glass based off of, like, Sparks Notes and stuff like that.
Right.
So I'm wondering if, like, characters like Tweedledee and Tweedledum can't be put in there. And obviously the whole tea time thing can't be in there because that was a huge thing in the Disney movies.
I'm late for a very important date.
No time to say hello. Goodbye.
I'm late.
See, that's the part that I remember. And also the Tim Burton CGI mess. That was something else. But Wonderland has always been like a really solid theme. I think Wonderland in itself is a solid theme for an escape room, just because there's no real boundaries, I would say, as far as
I
the
watched the Disney
wackiness.
version with Liv within like the last 48 hours. And the whole time I was watching it, I kept coming up with ways to make sets to bring you through the adventure. So it's very doable. You could do some really cool stuff with projection. And then I was thinking of, you know how in the Haunted Mansion ride in Hollywood Studios, how the walls go up?
Yes, exactly.
How that would be like such a cool way of depicting you're big, you're small, depending upon like biting the mushroom or taking
eating
the pill.
Yeah. The first time I ever did that Haunted Mansion ride, I actually got the hell scared out of me because I didn't expect the dude to be hanging from a noose like above you when they turn on the lights.
Yeah,
right,
you're a wuss.
If you want to know how much of a wuss I am, subscribe to Trapdoor Escape Stream and have me play Wish Hunt. That was honestly so terrifying. So you said you rewatched the Disney one.
Yeah.
I gotta ask, because I haven't rewatched the Disney one in a while. Is it still like chock full? Like, is that one of those movies that's chock full of like adult humor, like that underlying adult jokes?
Oh yeah, it's an acid trip. The whole entire thing is an acid trip. I mean, Alice in Wonderland has very, very big parallels to The Wizard of Oz.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely.
Little girl's outside, falls asleep, wakes up, chasing the Mad Hatter down the rabbit hole and into the dream world. Rabbit hole, which is actually one of the terms that has developed over time for puzzling, is like the rabbit hole down the puzzle. It started with alternate reality gaming. That was a big term. What's the rabbit hole? Your entry point to the experience. And from there, she meets X amount of characters that she referenced before she passed out by the tree. And,
Yeah.
So a lot of it is very reminiscent of Wizard of Oz.
So one big acid trip of a movie is going to be coming to an escape room in Norwich in early March. We're not going to dwell on this one too much because there's only so much that we really can say about Alice in Wonderland. We've all seen it, and if you're in Norwich, check out the escape room and let us know how it is. Moving on into our next topic, I've lovingly named this one, Do It For Your Lungs.
My lungs are shot lately.
My lungs, yeah, you're telling me. But...
Well, you destroy your own lungs.
And that's an interesting point that you
sinus
bring up
infection.
because tobacco has made a comeback in our schools as children are continuously passing around USB drives with nicotine in them. To combat this, because it's a Juul, it looks like a USB drive. It's the joke. To combat this, the Prevention Council of Saratoga County has designed a puzzle game to educate teens about the truth of nicotine and drugs in general. Through the Community Coalition for Family Wellness, the group has also trying to expand students' view on drugs beyond the dichotomy of drugs are bad or drugs are cool. Through the Community Coalition for Family Wellness, oh, no, I'm repeating myself. But yeah, this is what they're doing. They're educating teens through these puzzles, making the experience more fun. And
Drugs are bad.
Well, yeah, and teaching them about the true dangers of drugs and nicotine with these vape pods and Juuls and stuff like that. And this is a really good thing if you ask me, because with the epidemic, and I'm gonna call it an epidemic because teens all over the country, and even not even so much teens, but like early adults, have gotten very much into the fad of buying Juul pods, buying Enjoys, these quick, easy vape pods and mods that you can get from your gas station right down the corner. These pods and these mods are not under regulations, so there are very dangerous chemicals that put into them that will destroy your lungs. They 100% will, and this is a very important, learning thing, and it's very cool that they put, puzzles and stuff to it to make it a fun experience. Because I could sit down and tell a teenager all day, no, this is not the right kind of vape, you shouldn't be doing this, and they won't care.
Right.
So using the puzzles, I just went on a whole tirade there for a second.
A little bit.
I got
okay.
I got a little lost.
Every once in a while, it gets away from us.
Q 2 weeks ago with the prayers for Australia.
Every once in a while.
It's surprising that I'm the one that went off on this when you also share some very strong opinions about vaping and nicotine, especially vaping in general. I tried to goad him, it didn't work. You can see the hesitation on his face.
Yeah, we'll be here for another 20 minutes.
Kill at least 3 minutes for me. Go.
3 minutes and go. No, it's, I think anytime you can use an escape room or a puzzle-esque setting to educate and to, get people involved in a cause is a good thing. At the end of the day, whether you are on the fence, whether you believe that vaping is just as bad, if not worse for you than smoking, if you believe smoking is worse than vaping or just as, wherever you stand on the position, you really can't deny the fact that doing neither would be better.
Yeah, no, 100% I can agree with that. I mean...
So, let's try to move all the kids into a position where they're leaning more towards not smoking anything and see how it turns out.
Yeah, because it doesn't matter what it is, whether it's vape or it's just straight up tobacco from cigarettes. The human body, the lungs are not built to inhale smoke. That was never their design purpose.
And I have very enlarged lungs.
Mine are probably shriveled up. They're probably tiny. Don't smoke, everybody.
I have athlete-level lungs.
Oh, so you must have a super low resting heart rate.
I was actually just naturally born with it. I didn't know until I had the emergency where the story I've told before when Mike and I were air spraying all of the leaves for the corn stalks in F5.
Yeah.
And I had, for one gasp of air, I had gone back in the room and inhaled without a mask on, and all the green vapor that was in that room, I absorbed enough in, and it was hacking up green stuff for a couple days after my daughter was born. Went and had x-rays done, and that's when I had found out that I had enlarged lungs.
Oh, wow.
But I've always been able to, hold my breath for an extended amount of time. I've always been able to breathe at a much shallower rate and keep that stamina for a long time because I don't need to take as much air to do it. It also helps me for the fact that I'm always congested and I have a collapsing sinus cavity and a collapsed sinus cavity. So it's almost like always wearing one of those respirators that helps you train for higher altitudes. Because I can't get as much oxygen in at a time naturally.
Precisely.
So, yeah, I'm, just...
So you're making me very nervous right now.
Why?
Because you are so leaning back on that chair. You are leaning so far back. I'm almost convinced you're gonna fall back.
We just pull up our pants and do the rock away. Now lean back.
I looked over
Lean
at him,
back.
and I'm not even joking.
Lean
This
back.
is how you should be sitting.
Lean
He's
back.
like this far back. Like, I'm scared for him.
Neo!
So I think the moral of the story is, at the end of the day, take care of yourself. Obviously, it's not a good idea to ingest anything into your lungs that would be unhealthy for you. Obviously, this is a little hypocritical coming from me. And if you can incorporate more puzzles to educate kids on the dangers of whether it's nicotine and vaping, or maybe it's more real-life scenarios, puzzles are a very good way to...
We didn't have a spoon, but we'll use a fork. Try not to bend the fork as much as the world around the fork.
I'm very lost.
It's the Matrix!
Oh, Jesus. you actually looked for a spoon, too. I can't stand this.
Want to see a fork go through dimensions?
Ah! You son of a... All right. This is a family show, Tone. I marked that it's not for kids, but it's a family show. We're going to steamroll into the next topic before Tone starts throwing more stuff at me. How to build. Tone, is this a whiteboard that you've seen before? Does this look familiar?
There's Post-it notes on
There's
it.
Post-it notes on it, something like there. Okay, you're right, probably not. There's an article that outlines the steps to build an escape room.
Yeah, good luck.
Certain steps that you need to take, and we've done stuff like this in the past where we've gone over the steps on how to prep for an escape room, or how to 10 steps to beat every escape room. I kind of really enjoy those segments. I think some of our viewers really enjoy those segments as well, so we're going to go ahead and keep that segment going with the how to step-by-step build an escape room, and I think you'll find some of these tips amazing. Step 4 might surprise you. Step 4 won't surprise them. I just, that BuzzFeed clickbait. Top 10 tips.
Make sure to stick around for step 3.
All right, so... Oh, hi, Sam. Hi, Sam. I saw you just texted me. So, step 1. And we're going to get the reaction from Tone, who is, the CEO. He's the guy that makes it. Let's see what his opinions. This is going to be a really far out there list. These are steps that maybe a lot of you weren't prepared for. So we're just going to dive right in.
Oh, I am waiting.
Step 1. Design the puzzles.
No.
Ooh, that was almost the wrong screen. I almost skipped topics there.
I disagree.
I was actually very confused because as for the first step, they decided for their escape room startup, which is what they called it, that designing the puzzles first are the building blocks to creating the game.
Nope.
No? You disagree? Okay, so...
Wholeheartedly disagree.
And why is that?
Well, let's go through the rest of their list, then we'll make our own.
Okay, you know what? I enjoy that. So, he believes that the puzzles are the building blocks for every escape room. That you
Who is he?
I don't actually have the name on me.
Wow, way to
I'm
go
the
there,
worst. Newscaster. I can get the name real quick, and I'm just going to keep going through the list. But the Escape Room Startup article believes that designing the puzzles first is the right idea, because puzzles would be the building blocks to then set the game up upon. I'm not going to go full screen. That makes me move a little bit slower. I like repeating myself for emphasis.
Nobody
Emphasis.
else likes hearing you do it. What's
Emphasis.
number 2?
Step 2, design the game flow. After creating the puzzles, from there, you want to design the game flow
So
to help
what?
restrict
Put them in order?
bottlenecking. Yeah, basically, just create like a sequence if you want your game to be linear, if you want it to be more open world, if you want it to be solved in a certain order.
No offense to whoever wrote this. This is clickbait garbage.
The article's name is Gregory Koberger.
Sorry.
Sorry, Greg. Step number 3, and this is the one that confused me the most, because this is step 3. It's not step 1, it's not step 2, it's step 3. Choose your theme. After designing the game flow, the flow of whether you want your game to be linear, whether you want it to be more open, and after you've designed the puzzles, then you decide what theme you want to use.
This whole thing is backwards.
It's the strangest thing, and I have the article in front of me. I'll let you see it. Like, straight up, this is the order that he went in. And then step 4, this was the last step from Michael Borneman. Emphasis! But step 4, usability testing. After your whole game is set up, you need to make sure that you can properly test the game.
Sure.
That is step 4, and those are, according to Gregory, the 4 steps to creating an escape room.
All right. No.
So you wanna touch on this real quick?
Okay. Step 1, choose a theme.
That's the first step.
First step, you got to know what kind of world you're working in. If you don't know what world you're working in, it's going to affect every single element you do in designing your experience. If you don't know what the theme is, you can't develop a story. It's like a domino effect. You're always going to have to go back to what's the theme. Step 2, detail out a story. You have your theme. Now you need to turn that theme into a story that makes sense for the setting that you've created your theme in.
It's kind of like with the Rebels of Rome. The first thing that came was, okay, we want to do a game in the Roman Empire.
Right.
Then afterwards,
we want to design a game that's going to take place inside the Roman Empire. Now, what's the story? Okay, it's going to be gladiators imprisoned in the dungeon, and you walk smack dab into a dungeon prison break.
Mm-hmm.
So, these are the elements that piece together, because now if I go to puzzles, now I have the ability to say, what's my objective? I have to get the prisoners out of their dungeons, and then we need to escape. Well, how does it begin? What's our middle point? Now we can bullet point a timeline that gets us from opening of story to end of story, ultimately escaping. Now, the other element there too, because everyone always asks this when they see a lot of games being developed, is how do you keep puzzles fresh and exciting? You let the story dictate the puzzles. So, 1, theme. 2, story. 3, puzzles. 4, set design. Now that you know where all your puzzles need to be, what you need for them, and you've made artistic choices to your story, now you could start deciding, what do my walls look like? What does the floor look like? What do I feel when I walk in this space? Do I feel texture? Do I smell anything? You have to start visualizing this and now conceptually designing and creating and producing it. And then, sure, play testing, and of course, marketing.
It was the most confusing thing about the whole, step 1, design the puzzles, and then step 3, pick your theme, is that, okay, step 1, puzzle. Maybe we have to get into a passcode somehow for a phone or whatever. And then step 3 comes around, you're like, I want this to be in the 1800s. Well, that puzzle's garbage now.
Right.
You can't do anything with that puzzle. But that was, in this person's opinion, the 4 steps to design a puzzle. And
let's just say we start this out and we're like, let's do a laser maze puzzle.
Mm-hmm.
And then next step, let's put it in the 1600s in witchcraft.
It breaks immersion entirely. 100% would break immersion, and it's just at that point, it's like, we're fishing for puzzles. What do we have today?
Yeah, it's stupid.
And then after that, you have our outlined list of how to start an escape room. Business owners, beware. And with that, we're going to roll into our last topic, no longer poking fun at Mr. Greg. If you didn't know, January 29th had just passed, and that was National Puzzle Day. National Puzzle Day.
When they say National Puzzle Day, are we talking like jigsaw puzzles, or are we talking like
it is
our type of puzzles?
It's puzzles in general. It was originally based off of jigsaw puzzles because a jigsaw puzzle was the first type of puzzle invented. But January 29th, that was actually, I believe this trend started in 2002 when the holiday was nationally created. This is a real holiday.
Okay.
So, how did you guys celebrate Puzzle Day? For all of our puzzle enthusiasts out there, I'd like to know how you celebrated Puzzle Day. And since we didn't have a puzzle talk on January 29th, this is a good time for me to ask Tone, when building an escape room, I think when it comes to any sort of entertainment that involves puzzles, there's probably a deep-rooted passion for puzzles. Do you know around about when you discovered a passion for puzzles, or if you ever actually had a passion for puzzles in general, whether it's jigsaw puzzles, hand puzzles?
I hate jigsaw puzzles. It's really funny because in a lot of our Puzzles and Corks themes, we'll have a jigsaw puzzle at one point or another in the game.
Mm-hmm.
And typically most of our female players will get super excited.
100%. I've had the groups of the elder, not elderly women, but I'd say middle-aged women. They immediately they see the jigsaw puzzles, and then the excitement comes across. It's like, oh my gosh, a puzzle!
Yeah, it's so not my personal preference, but we do what the people like, not what we like.
Mm-hmm.
It's about you, not me. But I hate those. Puzzles in general. First time I played Tomb Raider.
Oh, like the original Tomb Raider?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The original video game. Because Tomb Raider led to Resident Evil, led to more Tomb Raiders, led to more Resident Evils, and I started just getting into puzzle-centric video games. And, that's really where the puzzle inspiration came from.
I gotta be honest, that's basically the same, I guess, route for my passion for puzzles that came as a young kid playing The Legend of Zelda, stuff like that. Puzzle-based video games
Myst.
are definitely, they're a great gateway into puzzles. And I think a good way to celebrate National Puzzle Day as well, we've talked about our puzzle passions. Now I've got for you some puzzle facts. Yeah, I got 5 facts about puzzles that you might not have known.
Okay, here we go.
So,
Fact number 1.
fact number 1. The very first jigsaw puzzles were invented in the 1760s. John Spilsbury, an engraver and mapmaker, is credited with inventing the first jigsaw puzzle in 1767. So that's how long that jigsaw puzzles have been around. Whoa. Your hate for jigsaw puzzles is rooted at least a couple hundred years deep.
Okay.
First fun fact. We started off easy. We like to ease you into it. Second fact. The inventor of the Rubik's Cube did not realize he had invented a puzzle until he scrambled it for the first time and tried to put it back together. Imagine being the guy who invented a Rubik's Cube and you're like, all right, this is going to be a fun game for kids.
Scrambles it up. Oh, shoot.
No.
Wait, hold on. Oh boy, this is bad.
It's crazy
This
how
is
that
bad.
happens on accident too, because there's so many algorithms for actually figuring out the Rubik's Cube as well. You can Google how all the algorithms to fix it, and it's all entirely on accident, which I think is hilarious. Fun puzzle fact. Now for number 3. Get my face big again. Will Shortz, the New York Times crossword puzzle editor, is the only person in the world to have a degree in enigmatology, the study of puzzles.
Interesting.
There's a degree that you can get somewhere to become a puzzle master. You can get enigmatology is what it's called.
Well, I mean, you always have all that different studies, even with the government, on like code cracking and stuff to that, like especially during the Cold War and stuff. There were people whose entire job was decoding to try to crack different ciphers and messages.
And then our 4th puzzle fact: most crossword puzzles are vertically symmetrical, meaning they look the same if you flip them upside down. Fun facts are fun.
That's not so fun.
Oh, come on, that's pretty fun. I didn't know that. If you just flip a crossword puzzle upside down, it's exactly the same. I think that's pretty neat. And then our final puzzle fun fact. This one I think you'll get a kick out of. In 1979, a British author published a book containing riddles and puzzles about the location of where he buried an 18-karat gold filigree and jeweled pendant, setting off a worldwide treasure hunt, which lasted over 2 years and ended in scandal.
I was gonna say that ended in scandal.
Yeah, 100% did. No one ever
I know
found.
that story.
That's the first time I ever heard of that story. That was hilarious to me. And those are our puzzle fun facts. Never found the 18-karat gold filigree or the pendant, which I believe in my heart they are still out there somewhere. But next year, celebrate National Puzzle Day with your friends over at Trapdoor Escape Room. Share your love with puzzles with us. Or if you just want to have a late celebration, come on down, play one of our games, or go to TrapdoorEscapeStream.com and make your account with us today. First month free and all of our games on demand.
Yeah, there's also talk of some kind of instance of a St. Patrick's Day event through Trapdoor Escape Stream. Yeah.
Is there?
Yeah, I heard something about it.
You heard something about did the leprechaun call you? Because I've been dodging his calls.
Well, every once in a blue moon, I'll have Lucky Charms for breakfast.
Okay.
So we keep an open line of communication.
So lame.
And yeah, something about like some big pot of gold.
I'm sorry, you said big pot of gold?
Big pot of gold for our Escape Stream members to find.
Well, if you guys are on Escape Stream, if you're a member on Escape Stream, then you can help me find that giant pot of gold, because I gotta tell you, I'm hard on my luck right now, and your boy needs a pot of gold. I'm gumming for it, and you guys are gonna help me. But that is our episode of Puzzle Talk for today. If you
Tune in for more info on that pot of gold next week.
Tune in for more info on that pot of gold. This is news to me, too. Like, I have no clue what he's talking about. If you like what you saw here today, please be sure to leave us a like. If you're on Facebook, leave us a react, give us a heart. Don't leave an angry react unless you're doing it ironically.
Hi, Adam. You're late.
Major chaos. You're going to have to watch the video after we end it, and it becomes a full video.
If anyone's going to find the pot of gold, it's going to be Adam.
I believe that 100%. If you're on Facebook, or I'm sorry, if you're on YouTube, make sure to hit that subscribe button and hit the bell. That make you get notifications on whenever we go live. Be sure to follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok. We're all over the place on social media. We are very social.
So many places!
We're very social media active, which means we're probably on your preferred platform. But with that, I've been Mike, he's Kind of Tone, and you've been beautiful. We'll see you guys next week. Say bye to the people, Tone.
Bye to the people, Tone.